Hello everyone, I'm FMZ and welcome to episode 7 of Earning My Spurs. Today we have a few results to run through, including clashes with West Ham, Arsenal and Chelsea. Is the London Triple coming your way? Don't forget, if you enjoyed this content, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, leave me a comment if you've got anything to say. Also, don't forget, I'm a member of the FM Creators community and the Passion for FM team. The link to the Discord servers is in the description. Let's get to the results. Before we get to the results, we need to take a look at a new addition, or an old new addition. Kieran Trippier is back with us. We have had an issue at right back for quite a lot of the season, where one has been missing and one has not been available in either Walker or Semedo. With only a transfer fee of £4 million, Kieran Trippier has been brought back to the club to give us a bit more cover at right back. And we start with the game that followed the match with Liverpool. Link is up the top for that one. And it was a 1-0 win away at Forest Green in the FA Cup. Now, we made plenty of changes for this one. Mario Icardi scored the only goal of the game as we left the New Lawn winners, but barely. And it was a very poor performance from our perspective. If you look at the statistics, Forest Green probably deserved a replay, but Icardi was the match winner in the end. We made it through to the 4th round of the FA Cup. We followed that up with an absolutely barnstorming performance against West Ham United. We beat them by 8 goals to 0. That's right, 8. Nearly equaling the Premier League record of 9. Declan Rice's early red card did a lot to stop West Ham from really having a go at this one. But let's take a look at the magnificent 8. So it started with a goal from Bruno Fernandes. Chester with the ball on the right-hand side. Semedo picking it up. There is Bruno Fernandes rolling into the net for 1-0. Yari made it 2-0 on 35 minutes. Semedo with the ball down the right. Eventually knocking it back to Chester. There is Yari firing in from about 7-8 yards. We made it 3-0 on 43 minutes. Woober with the ball in the middle of the park, playing it wide to Semedo. He was involved heavily in the first half. He will eventually knock the ball into the penalty area. There it goes. There is Heung-min Son firing in number 3. We didn't let up in the second half either as number 4 arrived just after half time. Bruno Fernandes with the corner kick, sending it into the middle. Harry Kane firing into the net for number 4. Bruno Fernandes grabbed his second goal of the game on 57 minutes and Ndombele with the ball, playing it wide to Semedo. He will send it into the middle, headed out by the defender, touched back by Yari, fired in by Bruno Fernandes for number 5. We made it 6 on the hour mark. Nice little interchange between the 4 there. Yari playing it through to Semedo, who rolled it into Chester for number 6. Then I had the cheek to bring Mario Icardi on with about 20 minutes to play. Semedo with the ball on the right-hand side. Tormentor in chief. Icardi heading in for number 7. And then we rounded it up in the 89th minute. Semedo involved again once more. Had a brilliant afternoon. Yari with the initial shot. Second effort. Hits Icardi. Goes into the net. Tottenham Hotspur 8. West Ham United 0. Oh dear. But if only we had saved one for the visit to Arsenal, which finished goalless. And as you can see by the statistics, it was fairly even. Neither side did enough to win the game. We lost Nelson Semedo through injury. It was only a minor injury, so he will be back shortly. But yeah, 0-0 at the Emirates with Arsenal. We followed that up with a 2-1 win at Villa Park against Aston Villa. Let's take a look at the goals from this one. Bradley Dack firing Aston Villa in front from the corner, heading in just near the goal line. Harry Kane equalised from the penalty spot on 20 minutes though. And then we won the game in the 48th minute. Bruno Fernandes with the ball long over the top, looking for Harry Kane. Goalkeeper does come out, comes into no man's land. Kane rolls it into the net as we left Villa Park with all 3 points. We then welcomed Crystal Palace to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and beat them by 3-1. Let's take a look at the goals from this one. Harry Kane got us off to the perfect start after 3 minutes. Pressing at its peak coming up. Ward playing it back. Hospital ball. Harry Kane profited for 1-0. Max Woober scored the second goal of the game. Bowen with the corner. Woober heading in nicely for number 2. And Jared Bowen completed the scoring from our perspective just before half time. Son with the ball down the left hand side, playing it across the box. Bowen sliding in for number 3. And former Spur Andros Townsend got a consolation goal, and a lovely one at that for Crystal Palace. Beyond everybody he ran, and he slotted it nicely into the net for Tottenham 3, Crystal Palace 1. We followed that up with a good win against Preston in the 4th round of the FA Cup. Icardi, Chiesa and Brozovic with the goals. Tom Barkhuizen with the consolation goal for Preston as we made it through to round 5 of the FA Cup, and we'll see who we're going to play later. Back to Premier League action, and it was a 1-1 draw at Stamford Bridge against Chelsea. Let's take a look at the goals from this one. Bruno Fernandes with a trademark free kick to fire us in front after 8 minutes. Mason Mount did miss a penalty for Chelsea, but he followed that up with another stunning free kick for the equaliser as it finished 1-1 at the Bridge. We followed that up with a tight 1-0 win over Everton. Let's take a look at Son's goal. So this was Kieran Trippier's first game with us back at the club. He will eventually cross the ball into the 6-yard box where Heung-min Son awaits to head in a nice, neat little header to give us the 1-0 win over Everton. And last time out, it was a 5-star performance away at Monaco as we beat them by 5-2. Let's take a look at the goals from this one. Harry Kane put us in front on 9 minutes. Bruno Fernandes with the ball on the right-hand side, playing it in. Goalkeeper caught in no man's land. They equalised, though, through Sheaf, who scored in the game last year, I believe, as well. Good run beyond Farrow as he fires it into the net for 1-1. But we took the lead again just after half-time. Romagoli with the header for 2-1. But Sheaf pulled Monaco level again just after, heading down initially for Golovin, then playing it wide to Gelson. He will eventually then get on the cross. It's a lovely header for 2-2. But then we took control beyond that. Nelson Semedo with the ball down the right-hand side. He will eventually cross the ball into the middle. There's Harry Kane heading it on, and the goalkeeper should do far better than that for 3-2 to us. We made it 4-2 just after. Chiesa with a great run down the right-hand side, getting beyond the defender. He will chip it into the middle. Sane will knock it back, and Tanguy and Ndombele fired it into the net for 4-2. Then we made it 5 in the 87th minute. Sane with a chip in, Chiesa with a little header on beyond the goalkeeper to give us a commanding lead in the first leg of the knockout stages of the Champions League. So onto the competition screen we go. Our reward for beating Preston in the last round of the FA Cup is a trip to Brentford's new stadium to take them on in round 5. In the Champions League, that is pretty much done and dusted, the first knockout round. I can't see Monaco scoring 5 in London to knock us out, particularly with us having a 3-goal aggregate lead as it stands. In the Premier League, we are a point behind Liverpool with 12 games to play. It is looking like a 2-horse race now. Manchester United have dropped back significantly. They're on 55, Arsenal on 53, Manchester City on 46. Then come Wolves and Chelsea on 40. Down at the bottom, I can't see West Ham yet. I can now. They have been sucked back into the relegation battle. Sheffield United look almost gone on 13. Fulham on 23. Stoke on 23. There's West Ham on 25, but they're on 25 with Norwich and Watford. Bournemouth will probably still be looking over their shoulder, as will Crystal Palace, I would imagine. Leicester may well just about be looking over their shoulder, but it's probably going to be 3 from the bottom 8, I would imagine. But there's still plenty of football to be played. So with Liverpool out in front, we need to keep winning, and we have been doing that lately. Other than Arsenal and Chelsea, we have been winning and winning for fun. We have been improving the goal difference. It's still a massive gap to Liverpool's. Theirs is plus 70 now. They have been banging goals in for fun. So it is going to be an interesting last 12 games of the season. I will bring you next time the match with Manchester City, which could prove pivotal in the title race. Liverpool play Bournemouth in the same weekend, so the pressure is definitely on us to get the result away at City. It's not a place we've gone to very rarely and won, so I'm hoping we can turn the record books upside down and get something at the Etihad. If you've enjoyed this content, please leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Leave me a comment if you've got anything to say, Also, don't forget, I'm a member of the FM Creators community and the Passion for FM team. The link to the Discord servers is in the description. That was episode 7 of Earning My Spurs. I will see you at the Etihad next time around. Until then, thanks for watching. Goodbye.